Storm Gambino. And as of Monday, team, we've got a new schedule for you. Yes, starting next week, HQ Sports is moving to Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes, both nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So that means that I'll be there with you before every Monday Night Football game and hooking you up with a little midweek pick-me-up for a little happy hour game. Sounds like a pretty good combo if you ask me. Oh, and speaking of good combos, what a treat it was to watch tennis greats and siblings Serena and Venus tonight at the US Open. I do feel like it was a pretty early matchup. I would have loved to see them play later, like in the semis in years past, how they always used to. But that's just the way the bracket crumbles, team. Venus hasn't beaten Serena in a major in 10 years. And as of earlier, I don't know what's happening. I'll have to find out at the end of our game. We love a good sibling rivalry at HQ, just like me and my big bro Matt on the main game. He's definitely the more clever singer-songwriter. You know, that Savage Question song gets me every single time. But I would definitely school him at Madden. Don't let him tell you any different. So we asked you... Of course, Venus and Serena, Phil and Tony Esposito, two NHL greats, and Peyton and Eli Manning. Too bad they never met in the Super Bowl. I totally agree with you there on that. That would have been amazing to watch. But man, poor Cooper Manning. He would have added to this tenfold if he didn't get hurt, right? At SD Love 77 says Kane and The Undertaker. Little WWE, of course. The Brothers of Destruction. I love it. At Lucky Dog Hunter says Keith and Wayne Gretzky, the highest scoring brothers in NHL history. So Keith gets credit for all of Wayne's goals? Come on now. And who can forget Joe and Phil Necro? What, everyone? Come on, Joe's the reason I can't pitch and keep a nail file in my pocket. Way to ruin it for all of us, Joe. Well, thank you all for playing along with us on Twitter, but this is your last chance to get your friends in the game. So swipe on the screen and tap the wave icon next to your friend's username. This will bring up a bunch of push notifications you can send to them to let them know that we're about to get started. Yes, now to the over 125,000 players ready to go under the Friday Night Lights for the last time. Let's get started. Here comes round number 1. The longest type of shot on a golf course is typically called what? Reverse, neutral, drive. Get to the hole! Mashed potatoes! Baba booey! And whatever else they shout at golf tournaments. Yeah. You definitely want to get to the hole, so don't just sit there in neutral. You gotta drive. Drive is the answer. That is the longest type of shot. 122,309 of you knew that one and are moving on to round number 2. Michael Jordan famously said, "I've never lost a game, I just ran out of what? Clothes, time, quarters." Now, I've heard that winners don't make excuses, they make improvements, all right? Well, straight from his autobiography, For the Love of the Game, here's Jordan with an excuse for every single loss he ever had. He ran out of time. Time is the answer here at round number 2. 101,000 of you on the dot getting that one right. For the rest of you getting that one wrong, was that the HQ Sports excuse too? You just ran out of time, right? Now, before we move on, I have a couple of shout-outs. Derek Jackson, Ramon Castro, Victoria, Hank Chapman, Sharon Shazam, Nick Contino, Mandy Cronin, and Taylor Prezano. And to Jordan Britton, who said his favorite sports siblings were the Stanton sisters. You know, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen and switching goals in 1999? Yeah, me too, Jordan. Round number 3. What NFL star's crowd-sourced fundraiser has just become the largest in history? Peyton Manning, Ray Lewis, J.J. Watt. Well, if this guy isn't playing football, I guess the least he could do is something for the community, right? Well, he did it in a big way. This week, the Justin J. Watt Foundation announced that their You Caring page has reached $41.6 million in donations, a world record. J.J. Watt is the answer here. How come we didn't talk about him and his brother T.J. Watt? 75,707 of you getting that one right. Watt may have missed most of the last 2 seasons on the field, but he's clearly winning off the field as well. Round number 4. Hall of Fame quarterback Steve Young is a descendant of the founder of what college? BYU, Stanford, Notre Dame. Yes, he was a founder and a big religious leader. I'll give you that clue. If you know anything about Steve Young or BYU, you know that it's Brigham Young University, where Steve starred, and Steve is the great-great-grandson of Brigham. BYU is the answer here. 60,451 of you got that one. Brigham, we know, second president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The more you know. Round number 5. What team benefited from Chris Webber's call for a timeout he didn't have in an NCAA title game? UNC, Michigan, Duke. Yes, this is a good one. First of all, let's point out that Chris traveled to start that play, so ultimately justice was served, but if that was called, then we would have never gotten this call right here. Take a look.
Brings it into the front court. They have no timeouts remaining.
He calls it too many timeouts. That's a technical foul.
He called a timeout. Michigan doesn't have any.
He got the technical, and the UNC Tar Heels got the title. UNC is the answer. 27,455 of you getting that one right. Wow, knocking out 30,000 on this one. Time has just ran out for you. If you have an extra life, now is the time to use it as we make our way into our halfway point. Round number 6. What was the first tennis tournament to offer men and women equal pay? Wimbledon, French Open, US Open. Yeah, tennis. Now come on, rest of the world. Get with it. Since 2007, each tennis Grand Slam has offered men's and women's winners the same money. But the first tournament to do that is the one happening right now, the US Open. They made the move to equal pay in 1973. The US Open, and 9,169 of you got that one right, knocking out about 20,000 players on that round. Wow, as we move into round number 7. What MLB team plays in the same city as the Babe Ruth Museum? Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees. We're talking about the great Bambino here, not to be confused with moi. I don't have a museum, but if I did, it'd probably be filled with, I don't know, bad report cards and those old cleats I grew out of freshman year but still wore them as a senior. Anyway, Ruth was sold by the Red Sox to the Yankees. But before all that, he was born in Baltimore, where the Babe Ruth Museum now stands. Orioles is your answer here. 5,220 of you getting that one right. Over 5,000 of you getting knocked out here at round 7. And we are just getting into the tougher questions. Here it is, round number 8. Who was the last non-quarterback to win the Associated Press NFL MVP? LaDainian Tomlinson, Calvin Johnson, Adrian Peterson. Shout out to everyone watching on Apple TV that could see me doing these fun things. Oh yeah. Tom Brady won this past year for his 3rd time. The MVP is basically owned by quarterbacks, with the occasional running back thrown in. The last running back to break up the quarterback party was Adrian Peterson, who had to run for 2,000 yards to do it in 2012 with Minnesota. Adrian Peterson is your answer here at round number 8. 3,292 of you got that one right, and we're moving on to round number 9. Here it is. What pitch used to be known as a nickel curve? Slider, splitter, knuckle curve. Throwing you my own nickel curve here at round number 9, that's right. Well, a nickel curve is kind of like a discount curve, or a slider. Yeah, that's right. Slider is your answer here at round 9. 1,611 of you getting that one right. Well, the slider wasn't really used until the 60s, when it helped pick off batters to the point where the league decided to lower the pitcher's mound to give hitters a chance. That's right. So 1,611 of you are moving on. It's round number 10. Here you go. According to Forbes, the highest earning female athlete outside of tennis plays what sport? Basketball, badminton, golf. Oh damn, looking at this money might have had you wishing that you played a little harder when this came up in gym class. Here's 23-year-old PV Sindhu. She won over $500,000 in badminton tournaments last year and has over $8 million in endorsements, according to Forbes. Badminton, oh yeah, you wish you played that a little harder. 499 of you knew that. And we are getting into the final 2 rounds. Can you do it? It's round 11. Which current NHL goalie has made the most career saves? Henrik Lindqvist, Roberto Luongo, Marc-Andre Fleury. You gotta make a save right here, right now at round 11 if you want to go to the final round. Now, this is a good one to know because with a strong season, he might overtake Martin Brodeur for most all-time saves. It's Florida Panther Roberto Luongo. Roberto Luongo is your answer here, and 350 of you got that one right. And you know what that means? You are going into the final round. Yes, it all comes down to this. You have seconds left on the clock. The game is tied. It's all up to you to sink this next shot for the win. Can you do it? Here it is. It's round number 12. Which of these players is not tied for having played the most NBA seasons? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kevin Garnett, Robert Parrish. It all comes down to this, my friends. Select that right answer for your chance to win. Well, the record for the most NBA seasons played is an amazing 21, and only 3 guys have done it. 2 of them are listed here, but surprisingly, the guy with the most points is not one of them. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has only played 20 seasons. 171 of you selected the correct answer, and you're our new HQ Sports MVPs. Congratulations! Sports MVPs. You know what that means? You're taking home a prize of about $5.85. Not a bad way to start off this long Labor Day weekend, right? I love winning a little bit of money, but I love it even more when you guys get to win a little bit of money. Shall C3, 585 is coming your way. CJ Lopez, 44. All right now, 585 is coming your way too. Rakal M. Bukants, 7 Pots, and C. Monks. I'm looking at all of you winners, and you guys are looking like $1 million. You did a phenomenal job during this game. Amazing work. We covered so many topics, and really, nothing gets past you. Congrats again to all of our winners. I'll be back with another game of HQ Sports this Monday at 7 p.m. It's our new schedule. So take a break from your Labor Day festivities. Come and play for a chance to win some more money. Now, I heard Jalen Ramsey is on his way here right now to rate me as a host. I'm pretty scared of what he's gonna say. Am I average, good for my age, or could I be MVP in the next 2 years? Well, I'm not waiting around to find out. Until next time, I'm Lauren Gambino. Remember to hydrate, focus,